Hey babes, today we're diving into a topic that I think not a lot of people really admit that they deal with, but I think everyone has been there before, and it's jealousy. I know we've all had that moment when we're scrolling through social media and you come across someone that's just living your dream life and you're thinking, wait, why don't I have that? How come she always gets to do that? I want that. I need that. I gotta have that. Don't stress, because today we're flipping the script on jealousy and we're gonna learn how to turn it into pure motivation. This year we're leveling up together, so grab a snack or your makeup and let's get into it. When I first started modeling and content creation, I used to compare myself to other people, thinking, how come they always get to do all these really cool campaigns? I see like these amazing influencers and they're always on holiday. Like, girl, how do you have the money and the time? Like, I thought we're both in university. Like, how are you traveling every single 2 months for 2 weeks? Like, I don't get it. Like, where are you getting this income from and how are you doing this? And I'll be like, oh, I really wish I could do that, but I want that lighting, I want that blue sky, and I want that palm tree, and I don't want to be stuck in the same grey London forever. I'm sitting here in the freezing cold and it's dark at 3 p.m. and it actually just leads you down this like negative spiral, which is so bad for us and what we don't need in our lives. We can't just sit around wallowing in self-pity forever. So I learned how to flip it, and that's exactly what we're gonna get into today. The key is not letting it turn into something toxic. You need to be like, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now, let's deal with it. And that's how you take control of it. It doesn't need to take control of you. I feel like jealousy sometimes is basically your inner voice saying, I want that, or like I want something, whatever that thing is. It might not even directly be that specific thing. It might be the things that are attached to it. Do you know what I mean? The trick is to figure out what your jealousy really is about. Is it that someone's successful? Is it that someone's like got a body that you want, or like they're really fit and you are just trying to even make it to one day at the gym since you started your membership because you haven't been? It's literally about getting specific. What exactly is it in their life that you're jealous of, and what is it that you're missing in your own life that you want? You can stop seeing that person as competition and start seeing them as inspiration instead. There's probably someone that person is also feeling the same way about, because that person's life isn't even as perfect as you may think it is, just because they have that maybe one thing that you want. But let's say you're jealous of someone's career success. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, like I'll never have that, you should think of it like, oh wait, they did it, which means I can do it too. You really want to use that feeling to push yourself forward rather than using it to hold you back, because you might see it as like, oh, they've already done it, which means there's no space for me. No, there is space for you. They've done it, which means they've just showed you that it is possible for you to do it. It doesn't mean that you cannot do it. It means that you can. Do you get what I mean? Do you hear where we're going with this? But anyways, point number 3, the grass is always greener. It's because everyone is only showing the highlights of their life. Let's be real, including yourself. When you had that really bad flu and you were bedridden with snot dripping down your nose and you couldn't move and you hadn't eaten all day and you kept sneezing and shaking and you have no makeup on, no wig on, your hair's a mess, you haven't recombed your hair in a month, were you posting that on Instagram? No. And it's the same thing with other people. You have to remember they're just showing their highlights too. They're showing the glow ups, the successes and the wins. And even if they do show some of the bad parts of their life, it's not everything. Next time you're scrolling and feeling a little bit salty, you need to remember you're only seeing one part of the story. Everyone's literally out here editing their lives, babes. The point is to literally focus on your journey. You don't need to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You need to train your mind to think like this. You have your own unique path. You have your own unique timeline. You might think that's what you want, but if you were to actually get it, you'll be like, eesh, wait, no, I don't want this person's life. It's just that FOMO monster tricking you to make you feel like you're behind. Literally trust the process. Your time is coming. Point number 4, set actionable goals and use it as a blueprint. Now we know what we're really jealous of and why. We need to think, how can we turn this into action? Instead of sitting there and letting it make you feel bad, you need to use it as a blueprint for what you want. What steps can you take to get to that level? Is it that you're jealous of someone's fitness journey? Cool, let's set up a fitness plan to get ourselves going. Or is it that you're jealous of someone's clear, glowing skin? Let's start a new skincare routine. Let's see a dermatologist. Or is it someone's career success? Let's start watching YouTube videos around that specific career, set goals and start working towards them. The key here is to use jealousy as a guide. Instead of sitting around looking at it like something negative, use it as a tool. Instead of just sitting around wishing like, let's start doing. Point number 5 is to celebrate your own win, even the small one. I feel like one thing that we don't do enough, including myself, is celebrate our small victories. All of these tiny wins that actually add up to the years of progression that we've made in our life just go unnoticed and not celebrated. Like, we're always waiting till we get that big achievement or till we get that really big success, until we make a big grand post and that. But what about all of the little things that led up to that point? Can we start recognizing them? Because the more you focus on your own progress, the less you'll be comparing yourself to other people. When you're so focused on growing and learning, you literally don't have the time. You don't have the time. When you've set aside your time for gratitude, you've set aside the time that you need to work on the stuff that you need to do, you don't have time to be sitting around comparing yourself to other people. Because I've noticed when you usually enter that sort of jealousy spiral, it's usually when you're just in some sort of rut, or you're in some sort of stagnation, or you're in some sort of just really lazy period of your life. You're just in bed for hours. That's when all of those thoughts start to control you. But we're shifting the energy from comparing to caring about our own journey. Jealousy only has power when you forget about your own wins. So take a minute to appreciate how far you've come, because you're doing much better than you think you are. I promise you, there's actually someone out there that actually wants what you have as well. Also, tell me in the comments, like, what's one thing that you've been jealous of recently, or one thing that you've been struggling with recently, and how are we gonna flip that and turn it into motivation? Let's chat down there, because I love hearing your stories. We're literally one big girly community. Plus, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're feeling the vibes. We're literally all about positivity, looking and feeling our best over here. So if that's a bit of you, make sure you subscribe. I just want to reiterate that having that little feeling of comparison and that inkling of wanting something that somebody else has, and being a completely jealous, bitter person as a full-on personality, is two completely different things. Like, just because you have that feeling comparison, it doesn't make you a jealous person. It just means you're experiencing that feeling. But now when you let it manifest into your actions, your words, how you treat people, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's gone too deep and you actually need therapy. You want to make sure that you're not surrounding yourself with those sort of people. You want to surround yourself with positive people, because then when you're feeling that inkling and you say that to someone that isn't that sort of person, they're going to uplift you and they're going to be able to be there for you and support you and help you stop that feeling. And if you don't have anyone in your life like that, you have me. So make sure you subscribe, because that's all for today's video. If you want to look and feel the best version of yourself, this is the place to be. I need to go on and do my hair now, because right now it's in its middle phase. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful for you. Make sure you leave a comment down below if it was, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.